for today's cup of coffee, I asked Kid if he was ready, and I look over and he had just stuffed his face with a starburst.
The thing is, as you were asking me, it was already in my face, being halfway chewed.
I assumed that you knew whether you could speak or not. That was my bad. I assumed.
I'm good. I can speak. Starburst.
Oh, guess what I have a cup of?
Coffee.
It's actually not coffee.
What?
I have pumpkin spice chai.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, and it's tasty.
That sounds good.
Covering it up with my Spirit
What is chai
Halloween
again?
20% off coupon.
What the fuck is chai again?
Chai is basically a spiced tea.
Okay.
And the kind that I like is Tazo.
Tazo.
There's other
I
chais.
have
Not
actually
all
tried
chais
it. It is
are
good,
created
but I'm like,
equally.
what the fuck is it? I don't know what
It's just
chai
it's
is.
just spiced. It's got different spices and stuff in it.
Okay.
Some of those spices are very healing. We don't think about that. That's
No, we
something in America we don't think about.
No.
But in the healing practice Ayurveda, those spices,
Ayurveda.
yeah, Ayurveda is great. Love it. Because the spices is a matter of healing also. They do that. They very much more knowledgeable about these things than we are.
Yeah.
So if you have the opportunity to speak to some of these people from different cultures, take that opportunity.
Yeah.
Why would you not? I got to speak to somebody from who is in our area that is from an island near Morocco. And that fascinated me. And he did need help as far as translating.
Uh-huh.
And the gentleman who was helping
him.
him translate is not from America either.
Yeah. No.
And I told him, I said, I always wanted to travel. And he said, take 2 or 3 weeks. I said, I can't. I've got responsibilities. But it's like there are so many wonderful people across the planet.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes we forget that because the media and everything wants to talk about the bad people.
Yes. Yes. As we talked about previous days.
Absolutely. And that was, previous cup was really hard. That one weighed on me. It really did. It had weighed on me since first heard about it.
Yeah.
But it was also very much, Leo King came out with his weekly astrology report. And that was from September the 26th and will go through October the 3rd.
Okay.
And so...
This is going to be some fuck shit time.
Yeah, it
basically.
is some fuck shit time. So that's the reason we're passing on. There is no way that I can provide people... All I can give is a brief overview.
I mean, this is some fucked up shit, so how can one explain it?
Well, he does, in some ways, a better job than I do. You just sort of have to listen with spiritual ears. And that's the reason I always put a link to High Vibe, because he has saved me a lot of grief over the years.
Yeah. He certainly explained a lot of why shit was going down the way it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Which was stuff that I had already known on a spiritual level, but it just validated what I was, picking up.
Yeah.
It's hard to discuss these things. I don't quite have the terminology to explain some things. But he was saying that for the next week, because of the planetary alignments the way that they is.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
It is a thing.
Don't take justice into your own
No.
hands.
No, and that was something I was discussing with Kid, and that the song came to my heart, Janie's Got a Gun by Aerosmith.
Yeah. Jamie's got a gun.
And it's interesting because with the chorus of the song is run away from the pain. And that's what's going on. You've got a lot of people running from their pain. They're blaming a lot of people, whether those people did or did not actually cause the pain. Do not take the law into your own hands. This is not the time. He said within the next week, he said that people could make decisions that could fuck up their life forever.
What kind of shit is going down?
Well, it's planetary alignments. And he was talking about people projecting. And he said as far as relationships, whether that is romantic involvement or just general people that you know, family members, different things like that.
Yeah.
Don't project your shit onto them. That or expect to have people project.
Yep.
And that was one of the things when we had watched Stranger Things, one of the episodes. And spoiler, those of you who may not have seen some of these, spoiler alert. And you had Hopper, who was the cop.
Yes.
And he had actually hidden Elle, or 11.
Mm-hmm.
And the one little guy that he loves her. Mike is his name.
Yeah.
And so for a year he thought she was gone, dead, whatever. But he knew in his heart that she wasn't.
Yeah. He could just feel it.
Yeah. And Hopper couldn't tell anybody where she was or that she was.
Yeah.
Because it would have put everybody at risk.
Everybody.
And so when Elle showed back up, Mike kind of lost it on Hopper. It was one of those, you lied, he starts swinging. So, of course, this was Kid.
Because he wanted to see Elle for so long.
He did. But the thing is, this was
Kid
did
brain.
promise
That he would take her over to see him at some point. And he never
at some
did.
point. But Hopper is human also. And that was something else that Leo King was talking about. To understand your own humanity, including the imperfections that you have at this point.
Yeah.
And to sit there and go, okay, I need to work on this. I need to work on that. Not a matter of I'm like this because of you. That's the projecting. But the character of Hopper, sit there and let Kid wail on him for a minute. And then it was enough because he knew Kid needed to get it out of his system.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that as far as trying to explain to Kid while Kid was escalated, it wasn't going to work.
No.
You know, and at Kid's age, he probably did not have the capability of understanding it. People have it. Kids are not small adults.
They aren't. They're kids.
And you've got some people that look like adults that are still functioning with kid brain.
Yeah.
And I was pondering that earlier. Are narcissists, is that what it is? It's kid brain that they just never grow out of it. It's all about them. The world is centered around them. They blame everybody. Everybody else is here to serve them. That's kid brain. And so maybe these people are just emotionally stunted.
Maybe. Seriously, maybe some of them are.
So expect
why is
that. They running away from their pain. Because it is so much easier to blame someone else than deal with your own imperfection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so to be aware that people are going to be doing this. And so that was a little kid, a little dude who was murdered. You know. And it's like he
Brutally.
didn't know who he was. And that was something else Palmer was talking about. That you have to have a sense of who you are, what you stand for, and be willing to make a stand. Going back to the example of Hopper, he stood there while Kid wailed until it was enough. And then it was a matter of him wrapping Kid up or just getting him to where I think he just put his hands on the outside of Kid's arms where he couldn't hit him anymore.
Right.
I've dealt with kids having meltdowns.
So what kind of meltdowns is going to go down? Like, what are we about to witness?
Don't know. It's going to manifest in different ways according to different people. That's just like, what have we been having? We've been having these what are they calling them? Flash robberies.
Right. Yeah.
And one of them had, it was funny. This one individual, and I think these were teens. I didn't read the story thoroughly. But you had all these teens that decide, okay, we're going to go out here and we're going to rob all these businesses. And this one had actually live streamed herself doing it.
Dumbasses.
And so she had, and it gave a timestamp on 3 different pictures that I saw. And she was saying, oh, the police better arrest me or there's something else. And then by midnight, it shows them putting the cuffs on her. And so stupid shit that people decide is a good idea right now, because we've got some stuff in Pisces. My voice is going because we got allergies.
Because I'm a Pisces, that's why your voice is going out.
Maybe. As far as truly delusional, he used the term psychotic. And then reality will hit. So for the one that's like, oh yeah, I'm going to take part in this mob activity of criminal activity. Okay.
Until they get busted.
The reality hit when they slapped the cuffs on her. And she was another like, you know, what was it? Shit business. That's looking all sad after she had been, you know, put in the floor.
That was an act.
I think it was too. See, that's part of the problem that we're dealing with right now. People know what needs to be done, but right now they can't. That doesn't mean there won't be a time to do. This is a matter of stand at ready.
Yep.
And the picture that I've got is of this war horse. And that is the biblical definition. Somebody had described it as that is what meek is. Meek is not weakness. Meek means that you can beat the shit out of somebody, but you choose not to because you understand the repercussions.
Yep.
That a war horse that was meek, would run into battle, was trained to run into battle. Mm-hmm. But knew to be gentle enough to where children could pet and ride it. That's self-control. That's what we need right now. Stay on your game. Stay at the ready. You know, that does not mean if somebody gets in your space and wants to hurt you, no, you take action. You do what you need to do to protect yourself and your family. Don't go looking for trouble. This is not the time. Don't be a dumbass. Don't get caught up in some kind of an illusion.
Even small retarded children know not to be a dumbass.
Know how to call 911.
Yeah.
Incoming chai slurp.
I'll join you on the soda slurp. It's caffeine slurp.
Caffeine slurps. But with just the headlines, it's like, oh yeah, here it comes. Mm-hmm. Now we have a full moon in Aries. Oh, God. And he said that, and I'm like, oh, really? Oh, God. Really? Yeah, kid's got
Julian
a lot of Aries. He's got a lot of Aries in his chart.
But does anyone know Julian Solomita? Husband of Jenna Marbles.
Yeah. If you ever watched them interact, in a lot of ways, we would sit and watch Jenna and Julian, and I'm like, oh, God, Clay, this is how we do.
Sort of. Yeah.
As far as the Virgo and the Aries.
Sort of.
And it's just like, well, shit. But it's a matter of just sort of stay in your own lane. And that had been my theme even before Leo King came out with his weekly. Stay in your own lane. But be aware of what other drivers are doing.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh. One of the ways that I'm going to stay in my own lane, where I am such a news hound, I'm going to limit that. Because you're going to have a lot of people that don't know what's going on, They're going to buy into the delusion, and it's like that can misinform people.
If we start doing book reviews, then we're staying away from news.
No, are you kidding? The books we have, we've got so many books.
But we could do book reviews.
So many things.
We could just do book reviews and turn into a book channel.
Do a page-for-page reading of The Exorcist.
Yeah.
That's a thought.
Legit.
That's a thought.
Somebody would listen to that.
I'm sure they would.
Everybody would listen to that. I would.
As long as it doesn't have those rolling commercials in the middle of it. God, those are annoying.
Well, unless people have YouTube Premium, there's no stopping that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But take this time to deal with your own shit. Don't be flinging shit like a monkey. Don't be stepping in shit. Don't let other people, learn to bob and weave so you don't get hit. Yeah. When the shit hits the fan, learn to duck. That or have you an umbrella. Stand there and pop that thing open. It don't matter if it hits the umbrella as long as it don't hit you.
No. What? As long as it don't hit you?
Right.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons I am so grateful that we live in a very rural area.
Yeah, but... Ooh.
My plan is to get everything done by Friday.
Ooh, I wonder if we're going to have a show from our porch.
I wondered about that last night. I don't want to. It's like...
I'll
do not
grab the popcorn and I'll be right there with the binoculars.
No, I don't want to be a witness. It concerns me. I pray to God that we never hear gunshots coming from up there.
Now that, I hope not.
That would be bad.
Yeah. I don't want to hear no gunshots. It's one thing if they're just bickering at each other.
We've dealt with that for
screaming
years.
At each other. That's what I don't mind listening to. If it gets into more than that, yeah, there's an issue.
Yeah, there's an issue. Yeah. Let the proper authorities do their job. If you're in an area where the proper authorities are not doing their job, then just watch your ass. That's all I can say. Just watch your ass.
Wash your ass.
And wash your ass. Absolutely. Oh, final thoughts, kid.
Watch your ass.
I think it's words to live by. Be meek and have good hygiene.
Yeah.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you've had examples of people with the delusional craziness that we may be unaware of, you can send that to cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the email is there in the description box. And I will also put the link to High Vibe TV if you want to subscribe. And not forcing anybody, but it's like what his presentation was over 3 hours of this coming week, just this coming week.
That's a lot of hours.
All I gave you was just a brief synopsis.
So it was that intense that he had to do a 3-hour thing.
Yeah. Because it's one of those that when I was still going through AA, they had it was called KISS, which stood for Keep It Simple Stupid.
Keep it simple. Stupid.
So I have to put things in words that my brain can hold on to.
Okay.
And as far as a 3-hour presentation, and I'm not gonna be, but it's just like, no, people gonna be losing their shit. Stay home. That was it. Avoid news. Don't project. Stay in my own lane. Deal with my own shit. That's it. I'm simple.
Yeah. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment. Most of all, subscribe. Click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good.
Also, empathy and forgiveness to those that can have and will be losing their shit.
Yeah.
Because some of these people, man, it's just... It's always one of those that you're sitting there going, cliff, cliff, cliff. And watching them go over, that's a heartbreaking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done that lots in my life. But that's my job, is to try to warn people of the cliff. If I sit there and I see it and I don't say anything, I'm held accountable. If I speak it, and if they choose not to heed those words or not even, that's on them. Yeah.
Yep.
So, know that you're very loved. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.